Okay, my name is Mike McMullen. I'm president of the Carroll County Chamber of Commerce and the Carroll County Chamber of Commerce Foundation, which this event is now being handled through. This is our 100th year, and it is great to come back with this event. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Chamber's 8th Annual Public Safety Awards. Before we commence, we'd like to extend our sincere gratitude to the Pleasant Valley Fire Hall, the Ladies Auxiliary, and Kim Thomas for their support. How about a round of applause for them? They've done a lot of work here. We also want to express our appreciation to Tim Weber for the stunning wreaths that we'll have up here very, very soon. In addition, someone who honestly deserves that, you can clap for Tim. Tim, he's a good guy. Somebody else who needs a rousing round of applause because of all the hard work she put into this, countless hours, is Becky Seek from the Carroll County Chamber. Okay, I'm being instructed to put this back. Okay, so now can you hear that? All right, we'll give that a whirl. Okay, I think I lost my place. All right, we're honored to begin this morning's ceremony with a presentation of colors by a Joint Emergency Services Honor Guard representing Carroll County's law enforcement and corrections. This Wednesday is also Peace Officers Memorial Day, so in recognition of this occasion, the Honor Guard will be laying 2 wreaths to commemorate the bravery and sacrifices of our law enforcement and fire and emergency services personnel. So I would invite you to rise for the posting of colors. Master Deputy Mario DeVivio of the Carroll County Sheriff's Office will offer commands for the uniformed personnel in the audience this morning. All uniformed personnel, please remain covered. Following the posting of colors, please remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance, our national anthem, which will be performed by Assistant State's Attorney Alicia Coons of the Carroll County State's Attorney's Office. So Honor Guard, please post the colors. Please join me in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting
You may now take your seats. So please join me in thanking Master Deputy Mario DeVivio of the Carroll County Sheriff's Office and the members of the Joint Emergency Service Honor Guard, which includes members of our Carroll County Sheriff's Office and the Westminster Police Department. Their presentation was really inspiring, and we appreciate their dedication and commitment to honoring our local public safety heroes. How about a round of applause for them, please? Additionally, we want to express our appreciation to Senior Assistant State's Attorney Alicia Coons for her outstanding performance on our national anthem, and I almost shouted O's. I can't tell you, I'm sorry, but it was really good, better than any of the ones that you hear. So, awesome job. Give her a round of applause. And finally, we want to thank Colonel William Petrie, an active duty colonel of the Maryland Army National Guard, for playing the bagpipes. You added a touch of reverence to our event, and we really appreciate that. So a little applause for him, too. And now the only one standing between you and the food line, let's bring up Father Mark, who's the chaplain with the Westminster Police Department and pastor of St. John's Catholic Church in Westminster. He'll give the invocation. Come up, Father Mark.
Good morning, everyone. I told Mike before we began, you never want to be the one who's standing between everyone else and the food. But let us take this moment to ask for God's blessing upon our time together. Let us bow our heads and pray. Gracious God, we thank you for bringing us together this morning as we once again celebrate our Public Safety Awards. This morning, we acknowledge the courage and dedication of the law enforcement, fire and rescue personnel, and emergency responders who give of themselves each and every day and sacrifice so much to keep their fellow brothers and sisters and to defend our Carroll County family with honor and dedication. We ask your blessing upon this morning together. We ask your blessing upon the food and the fraternity that we will share, and always keep us in your care. We ask this in your gracious name. Amen.
So representatives from the Pleasant Valley Fire Hall will now release you by table to the breakfast buffet line. So enjoy some time of talk and chat and food. It's always good to thank our sponsors. They're listed in your program. The Chamber wouldn't be the Chamber, and the Chamber Foundation wouldn't be the Chamber Foundation without sponsors that come alongside of us. So I'm going to name the sponsors. And if you want to wait until I'm done with the list to applaud, that'd be great, but then please give them a round of applause. Well, you could start now. That's good, somebody was listening, although I meant afterwards, but that's okay. All right, we're going to start with our brass sponsors. We've got the Carroll County Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 20. We've got the Carroll County Public Library, Carroll County Sheriff's Office. We have Evapco. We have Goodwill Industries of Monocacy Valley. We have LED Illuminated Transactions, LLC. We have Penguin Random House, LLC. We have Prime Care Medical. And we have Sweet Bay Farms Nursery and Garden Center. For our bronze sponsors, we have Barnes Bollinger Insurance Services. We have Marathon Technology Solutions. We have Motorola Solutions. We have the Office of the State's Attorney of Carroll County, and we have Westminster Car Wash and Detailing. Our silver sponsors, we've got Baltimore Gas and Electric Company, we have Carroll Community College, we have the Community Media Center of Carroll County, we have Hankey's Radio, and we have WTTR Radio. Our gold sponsors, we have ACMB Bank and ACMB Insurance Services. We have Antietam Broadband. We have Bounds Accounting and Tax Services, and we have Carroll Occupational Health. And our head sponsor this year would be our diamond sponsor, and that's Northrop Grumman. Representing them and joining us later to pass out the awards is Mr. Bob Sacca. Bob is the Power and Control Systems Operating Unit Director and the Sykesville Site Executive. In this role, Bob is responsible for designing, manufacturing, and integrating nuclear power systems, control systems, and advanced power systems for the U.S. Navy. He leads more than 500 engineering, manufacturing, and program support personnel. Prior to his tenure at Northrop Grumman, Bob served as an active duty Army officer assigned to a Special Forces group in North Carolina. Bob is currently a colonel in the Army Reserves and instructs at the U.S. Army War College in Carlisle, PA. So thank you to all of our sponsors. I'd also like to thank the Public Safety Awards Planning Committee. If you're on the committee, could you stand up and be recognized? And if you're on, come on, stand up. Without your efforts, this event would not be possible. So also Becky Seek, who's the chair of the committee, she'll be joining me later to present the awards to our deserving recipients. We're also grateful to anyone who submitted nominations for these awards. And we've taken great care to ensure we've spelled your name right and all, but you know, mistakes can happen. So please, when you get your award, if anything is spelled wrong, don't be bashful. Come and tell us. We'll get it made right. And there was no intent to offend you. Hopefully you would be aware of that. So, all right. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce our elected officials who are in attendance with us this morning. If you could hold your applause until the very end. And also, if I miss somebody, please let me know. I always feel bad about that. We try, but sometimes it can happen. From our delegation, we've got Senator Justin Reedy. He'll be up front handing out things as well. We have commissioners. We have Ken Kyler and Ed Rothstein. I've seen both of them. State's Attorney Haven Shoemaker. Carroll County Sheriff Jim DeWeese. We have representing Senator Chris Van Hollen. We have Nan Mann. We have Westminster City Councilman Tony Cavacci. We have the Mayor of Sykesville, Stacy Link. CCPS Board of Education President Marcia Herbert. I think I saw her. There she is. And we have a VIP guest as well. You've got to introduce the person who gave birth to this event, who created this event, who came up to us, I don't know how many years ago, and said, you know, we need to have an event like this to honor police, fire, and first responders. And I said, well, we can do it if you can help to lead the charge. And she did for many years until she abandoned us and moved out of state. And we haven't quite forgiven her, but I guess we have. And that's Miss Lisa Degas. Lisa, stand up and let them see you. And I'm sorry you had to look at this face all the time when normally this would have been her job to read here. So did I miss any elected officials in the audience? Looks like we did a pretty good job. All right. So without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our MC for this event. I think this is his second year doing it. Did a great job last year. And that is Mr. Steve Wantz. I always call him Commissioner Wantz because he was commissioner for a long time when I was in this office. So Steve's he's a lifelong resident of Carroll County. He graduated from Francis Scott Key High School in 1975. That makes you older than me. And he continued his education at Western Maryland College, which is now McDaniel, and the University of Maryland Fire Rescue Institute. In 1982, he graduated from the Baltimore County Fire Academy. Since 1976, Steve's been an active member of the Pleasant Valley Fire Company, holding various positions such as president, chief, emergency medical services captain. His contributions to the community have earned him induction into the Carroll County Emergency Services Hall of Fame. Steve also served as a county commissioner from 2014 to 2022. His involvement in numerous organizations further demonstrates his dedication to the safety profession. He currently serves on the University of Maryland Shock Trauma Board of Visitors and the Maryland State Fire Association Legislative Committee. Steve has served as the past president of the Carroll County Volunteer Emergency Services, and he was appointed as the elected representative for the Federal Emergency Management Agency Region 3. Steve's commitment to safety, and his community has earned him much respect and admiration from his community. He's been happily married to his wife, Kathy, for 45 years. He's the proud father of 2 girls and a grandfather of 5 grandchildren. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Steve Wance to the stage. Steve.
Good morning. It's great to see everybody in downtown Pleasant Valley on a sunny Monday. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for what you do. And we are all honored to be able to recognize those that have gone above and beyond and protected our citizens, making us one of the, if not the safest county in the state of Maryland. So thank you all very much. Give yourselves a round of applause. A couple personal things before I get started here. Where's Mike Stewart? Is Mike? Mike Stewart is the president here at Pleasant Valley Fire Company. I like to say that he learned everything he does because of me. Is that correct, Mike? Mike and I grew up together here. I want to say congratulations to Mike on everything that he has accomplished as president here. They successfully hosted the convention for the Carroll County Volunteer Emergency Services Association on Saturday, turned right around and are hosting this breakfast. That's the kind of folks that you have here at the Pleasant Valley Fire Company. So Mike, as president, and I know you're representing all those behind those doors, thank you very much for everything that you do. And the immediate past president of the Volunteer Association is here this morning, Sue Mott. Sue, thank you for all that you did in the past year for our association as well. So once again, as Mike said, it is my honor to be here. This is something that's near and dear to my heart, and I enjoy this very much. The previous MC that did this a year or two, I'd like to say that I'm almost as cute as she is. I just don't have quite as much hair. So we'll just go with that and let it alone. So I know I'm going off script, but again, it's my honor to be here. Let me throw just a few statistics at everybody before we get started here this morning. And I think these statistics are incredibly important to remember, not only today, but every day. Turn on the TV or the radio just to see what our first responders face, the incredible challenges that they're facing every single day. And you'll see that from all the things that are going on in our world. In 2023, 137 law enforcement officers lost their lives. As of April in 2024, 58 have lost their lives. Fire department in 2023, 80 lost their lives. As of April in 2024, 25. Those statistics really make you think about this job and what it means and what everyone does as they continue to protect the lives of everyone. Dispatchers, 70% of the dispatchers in our country report experiencing fatigue in the past 6 months. Think about that for a minute. They're really the first responders. Most of the incidents that occur, that's where it starts. So to you folks, thank you very much as well. And our state's attorney is represented here today, our state's attorney's office. The amount of pressure that they feel when they're trying to do the job that they do is amazing as well. So to all of you, thank you very much for what you do. And I wanted to throw those statistics at you just to think about what's going on as we continue to roll through our awards ceremony today. I went off script, Mike, so I'm back. Listen, I've experienced a lot in my life as well. I've lost a dear friend in the line of duty. I lost 2 dear friends during the pandemic, and it's not easy. So when these men and women jump into the dangers, you just have to remember in the back of your mind just exactly what they're doing. For those that served in our armed forces, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you all very much. Listen, your contributions to public safety are invaluable, and they often go unnoticed. So that's why the Chamber and all of us here today want to recognize your accomplishments, present awards in different categories, and say thank you for all that you do. We understand that the safety of Carroll County relies on a team effort, and every one of you plays an essential role. Again, I'd like to thank the Chamber of Commerce Public Safety Awards Committee. They did an awesome job and do an awesome job every year. Their names are listed in your program. I encourage you to recognize them and thank them throughout the year. And that's another point that I want to make. Today is not just about thanking our public safety folks just today. You should thank them every single day when you're out and about. That's incredibly important, and it means a lot to all of us that are involved. All right, we're going to start with the awards presentation. Mike, if you'd come up front, please. Listen, I'm not sure even Mike got a... How about Mike McMullen as president of our Chamber of Commerce? What an awesome job he does. Mike? Becky, are you already up there? Yep, I see Becky. Bob Sacca from Northrop Grumman, thank you, sir, for being a sponsor today. He'll join us up here as well. Nan Mann is representing Senator Van Hollen's office, and our own Senator Justin Reedy is also up here. So thank you again for being here. A couple instructions. Once you've received the award, please remain at the stage as I read the excerpts or the video is played from the nomination for the winner. You will also have your photo taken while standing at the stage by our photographer, who is a McDaniel College student, Lacey Newhouse. Lacey, thank you for being here. She is a class of 2025, 1 year to go. Been there, done that. I know you're excited about that. Okay, so let's roll. Our first award category is the Outstanding Achievement Award. The Chamber is proud to announce that the Outstanding Achievement Award goes to the following individuals from the Special Victims Unit of the Carroll County State's Attorney's Office. Will each of you please make your way to the stage to receive your awards? Emma Bartow, Marlena Tyler, Kelly Grosclose, Connie Yarborough, Amy Ocampo, and Seth Giller. During 2023, the members of the Special Victims Unit worked together as a team, supporting and prepping witnesses. You folks can come right on over here. Come on over. Prepping witnesses, gathering and reviewing documents and evidence to prepare complex and emotionally difficult criminal cases. 3 of the most complex and difficult cases involved female victims under the age of 14. Case 1, a defendant age 62 sexually abused a family friend's 2 daughters who were ages 7 and 5 at the time. The defendant was sentenced to 30 years, suspending all but 20 of those years to serve in the Division of Corrections. The defendant will be on 5 years of supervised probation upon his release and is required to register as a Tier 3 sex offender. Case 2, defendant age 43 sexually abused his 14-year-old biological daughter after doing shots of whiskey with her. The defendant was sentenced to 20 years, suspending all but 10 of those years to serve in the Division of Corrections. After his release, the defendant will be on 5 years of supervised probation and is required to register as a Tier 3 sex offender. In Case 3, defendant age 41 repeatedly sexually abused his girlfriend's 10-year-old daughter for over a year. The defendant was sentenced to a total of 55 years to serve in the Division of Corrections and is required to register as a Tier 3 sex offender upon his release. Not only are these cases difficult to hear and prosecute, but the emotional toll on the victims and their families is a lifetime struggle. The support and preparation to these victims by the prosecutors and the victim witness staff is immeasurable. The victims of sex abuse often blame themselves and try to understand why someone they trusted would want to hurt them. And the families of the victims often deal with the guilt for the belief that they could have somehow prevented the abuse. All through the court process, the members of the Special Victims Unit assist the victims and families to deal with this grief and guilt that they commonly feel and provide resources for them to get any additional assistance that they need. This work is why the Special Victims Unit has been selected for the state's Attorney's Outstanding Achievement Award for 2023, representing the hard work and compassion they put forth every day for the families and victims of these horrific crimes. Please join us in congratulating these members of the Special Victims Unit. The Chamber's Emergency Communications Specialist of the Year Award is presented to Jack Brown, Manager of the Carroll County Office of Public Safety. Jack. In May of 2024, Jack will complete 30 years of service. Has that already happened, Jack? Congratulations on 30 years of service. He has held many roles throughout the years, with his latest role being the 911 Center Manager. In addition to his role as manager, Jack was an emergency medical technician for Carroll County. Jack's many years of public safety experience has prepared Carroll County 911 for updated services such as Next Gen 911. And I can tell you on a personal note, Jack does an awesome job in an environment that ain't easy, folks. So, Jack, congratulations on being the Emergency Communications Specialist of the Year. I'm happy to announce that the recipient of the Chamber's Life-Saving Award for Law Enforcement goes to the following: Master Deputy Logan Helwig, Master Deputy Peter Knorr, and Deputy First Class Brian Remmers, all from the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. Gentlemen, if you'd make your way up, please. On July 1st, 2023, at approximately 3 a.m., Carroll County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to the area of Gorsuch and Burberry Road for the report of a person laying in the roadway. Master Deputy Logan Helwig, Master Deputy Peter Knorr, and Deputy First Class Brian Remmers all responded to the scene and found a 30-year-old female with life-threatening traumatic injuries consistent with having been struck by a vehicle. Helwig, Knorr, and Remmers provided immediate medical care, including packing open wounds to control bleeding and applying a chest seal, while simultaneously coordinating with other responding units and emergency medical services. All three of them went above and beyond their duties in providing life-saving care. As a result, the victim was able to be flown to the University of Maryland Shock Trauma Center for further care and survived. Due to the quick response, care, and communication that directly contributed to saving a pedestrian who had been struck by a vehicle, Master Deputy Helwig, Knorr, and First Class Remmers all are awarded the Carroll County Sheriff's Life-Saving Award. Congratulations for a job well done. The Chamber's Life-Saving Award for Fire and EMS is being presented to 4 professionals with the Carroll County Department of Fire and EMS. Will the following individuals please come to the stage to receive your award? IVT Tyler Jaworski of 3-8, IVT Lorna Bornbach, IVT 3-8, paramedic Scott Ligor, Utility 10, and paramedic Tom Coe, Medic 109. On May 19th, 2023 at 00:21 hours, units from Westminster, Pleasant Valley, New Windsor, and Trooper 3 responded to a multi-vehicle collision involving a horse and buggy on Route 97 just north of the intersection of Bachman Valley Road. Upon arrival, units from Westminster found an Amish family of 5 consisting of a pregnant mother, father, and 3 young children that had been riding in a horse and buggy, which had been rear-ended while stopped in traffic. The crew from IV-38 found an unconscious 5-year-old male lying in the roadway with significant head trauma and agonal breathing. The 5-year-old was immediately packaged and placed into the ambulance where the crews from IV-38 and Engine 32 provided patient care. The child was flown to Johns Hopkins Hospital, Priority 1 for treatment. The mother was found seated on the tailgate of a pickup truck holding her 3-year-old son and her young daughter. The father was ambulatory and standing by an adjacent barn holding his horse. During the assessment of the mom and 2 young children, the mother sat in silence and wouldn't acknowledge or communicate with the providers. Recognizing the need for further evaluation, in the medic unit, EMS personnel spoke with the father, explaining the seriousness of the accident, and asked that he come and speak with his wife. Upon doing so, the mother agreed to be moved to the cot and was transported to Johns Hopkins. The provider from 6-9 and driver from 109 evaluated and escorted the father and 2 young children and transported all 3 to Johns Hopkins. The 5-year-old remained in the hospital until September after undergoing a multitude of surgeries and rehab. He's currently home, learning how to walk again, and has returned to school 3 days a week. The mother sustained multiple facial fractures and has since given birth to a healthy little boy. All of those involved in the response to this incident should be commended for their teamwork and life-saving efforts of the 5-year-old and the treatment and transport of those injured in this non-traditional type of collision. The providers were met with a chaotic scene upon their arrival that included 1 vehicle with heavy front-end damage, remnants of a horse carriage, an extremely large horse towering over the providers as they rendered aid. I'm picturing a towering horse over Tommy Coe right now. I've got to get that out of my mind. And an obnoxious female from the striking vehicle screaming and yelling as providers rendered aid to the remaining occupants of the horse and buggy. The EMS providers were faced with and overcame unfamiliar cultural barriers, resulting in the entire Amish family being treated by EMS personnel on scene and transported to the hospital for further evaluation. Congratulations to the entire crew, and especially those that are with us today for this life-saving award, Fire and EMS. The best part about these awards are not the folks that are actually getting awards, but listening to these stories is amazing. If that doesn't stick with you so that you thank these men and women, then I don't know what will. The Chamber's Life-Saving Award in Law Enforcement is presented to PFC Brian Emery, Corporal Daniel Vanek, and PFC William Wilt, all of the Hampstead Police Department. If you would come forward, please, and direct your attention to the video screen.
On Monday, August the 7th, 2023, at approximately 5:16 p.m., a major storm moved through Carroll County. This included heavy wind gusts, driving rain, and lightning. Associated with the storm, the Emergency Operations Center began to receive an overwhelming amount of 911 calls. The sheer volume made it difficult to keep track of the individual calls, and the calls being reported were populating to the police officers' computers to a degree that it was difficult to read. During this time, it was incredibly difficult for telecommunications to prioritize calls and dispatch appropriate resources due to the abundance of calls being received. Corporal Vanek noticed a particular call had been entered into the system, but had not yet been dispatched. Upon receiving these notes, although it was outside the town limits, he recognized the critical nature of this call and assigned officers Emery and Wilt to respond along with him. As Officer Emery arrived, he found an impassable roadway with a vehicle in the distance. He would make his way through downed trees, debris, to see a female driver and her 2 young children and a vehicle with a tree on top. While driving through the area, a tree had fallen on the vehicle and a branch had impaled the driver through her left arm. She was bleeding profusely, and one of the children had sustained a head injury. The roadways were impassable. Emergency medical services were unable to reach the area. Shortly after arriving, Officer Emery was joined by Corporal Vanek and Officer Wilt. The group worked together as a team to apply a tourniquet to the female driver, as her injury was life-threatening. They then cleared the roadway enough that a police vehicle could access the scene. Officer Emery and Corporal Vanek would place the seriously injured victim in the rear of a police vehicle and make their way to the Hampstead Volunteer Fire Department. While Officer Emery was driving, Corporal Vanek continued to attend to the female victim, including applying a second tourniquet. Officer Wilt would place the children in his vehicle and transport them to the fire department with the help of 2 neighbors. All the victims were turned over to EMS personnel upon arriving at the fire station. The exceptional work of this group of officers in providing life-saving measures in extreme circumstances was the finest traditions of police service.
Please give another round of applause to all those here receiving this life-saving award. The Chamber's Civilian Meritorious Service Award is presented to Auxiliary Lieutenant Jeffrey Green of the Sykesville Police Department. Auxiliary Lieutenant Jeff Queen began his service with the town of Sykesville in February of 2019. At that time, he was brought on board as a Sykesville Police Department auxiliary police officer. Jeff quickly established himself as a reliable and trustworthy auxiliary officer who had great leadership potential. In August of 2021, the auxiliary police unit commander resigned, and Jeff became the clear choice to assume the supervision and manager of that unit. Upon being appointed by Chief Spaulding, Jeff took over as the auxiliary police unit commander. Jeff was subsequently promoted to the rank of auxiliary lieutenant in January of 2022. Since that time, Lieutenant Queen has made significant improvements to every aspect of the auxiliary unit to include staffing, training, equipping, and the overall supervision, management, and operation of the unit. In 2023, the auxiliary unit, under the direction of Lieutenant Queen, amassed the single highest total of volunteer hours recorded since 2017, which was an amazing 1,636 hours. This total number of volunteer hours by the unit supported over 50 special events in town and included over 228 hours of patrol, as well as over 88 hours of training. What's more, under Lieutenant Queen's superior leadership, the auxiliary unit has grown to a total of 10 auxiliary police officers, which again is the most since 2017. What makes Jeff's accomplishments even more impressive is the fact that he has personally led his unit in total volunteer hours for the past 3 years, which is the true essence of leading by example. Therefore, it is with great pride and admiration that we present the Auxiliary Lieutenant Jeffrey Queen with the Carroll County Chamber of Commerce Civilian Meritorious Service Award for 2023. Congratulations, Jeff. Correctional Officer of the Year Award. The Chamber's Correctional Officer of the Year Award is being given to Deputy Chester Arnott of the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. We are proud to announce that Correctional First Class Chester Arnott has been selected as the 2023 Correctional Deputy of the Year for the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. It's evident that Deputy Arnott's dedication and commitment to his duties have not gone unnoticed. Deputy Arnott's proactive approach to intelligence has been a huge asset to the Sheriff's Office. Deputy Arnott recently assisted in the investigation and recovery of a retired Maryland State Trooper's stolen credentials and firearm. With nearly 11 years of service with the Sheriff's Office, Corrections Bureau, Deputy Chester Arnott has consistently shown his dedication to the department and its mission. His recognition as the Deputy of the Month for November 2023, followed by his latest acknowledgement, speaks volumes about his ongoing contributions and commitment to the team. On behalf of the entire command staff, congratulations to Chester, and thank you for your truly exemplary service to the Sheriff's Office. And folks, if you've never been to the detention center and know what goes on there and the incredible amount of work that the men and women do behind the scenes, I can tell you from firsthand experience, it's unbelievable. Their hard work and your hard work and dedication are truly appreciated. Congratulations. The Chamber is proud to recognize a team of individuals who came together during an horrendous incident. This is the Chamber's Mass Casualty Response Award. Will the following people, and we're going to have to make some room here, please come to the stage. They will be giving you your citations at the end of the program to help alleviate the crowd up here. Everybody good on that one? Okay. Following folks, please. If you're here, Brianna Stahl, EMS 103. Lisa Wilson, Winfield Utility. Winfield Medic, Mike Lafferty, Zach Stricker, and Joanne Malore. If you're here, please make your way. Winfield Engine 141, Nick Haspert, Daniel Brach, Jason Loheffer, and Laurie Logue Ruckman. Winfield 142, Jim Zuna, Scott Dehoff, Joe Bietenkopf, and Zane Stahl. Winfield Chief, Tim Ligor. Mount Airy Medic, Caleb Robb and Chloe Natividad. Sergeant Tim Zencraft of the Maryland State Police Flight Medics. Master Trooper Corey Green, Maryland State Police Flight Medics. Dr. Stephanie Kemp, Carroll County Medical Director. Kim Darby and Steve Muccioli, Medic 128, Sykesville. And unit awards are also being presented in this category to New Windsor Fire and Hose Company, number 1, Winfield and Community Fire Company, and Mount Airy Community Fire Company. On November 4th, 2023, EMS 103 came upon a serious motor vehicle collision while en route to another incident in New Windsor. In the 1800 block of West Liberty Road, EMS 103 requested the assignment for a motor vehicle collision and quickly assessed the scene. She determined there were 3 vehicles involved with a total of 7 patients, 5 in one vehicle, all in serious condition. A single patient was in each of the other 2 vehicles. Winfield units arrived on the scene, and Captain 14 established command and requested additional resources, and a plan was established to begin extrication. Chief 14 arrived on scene, and command was transferred, with Captain 14 overseeing the rescue at this time. It was determined that 2 of the patients were deceased and that rapid extrication was going to be performed to assess the other 3. Once extrication was completed at 5:36 p.m., 14 minutes from when the first unit was on the scene, it was determined that a 3rd patient was deceased, and the other 2 patients were quickly moved to Medic 149 and Medic 18. 2 off-duty Maryland State Police flight medics arrived on scene while extrication was being performed, as well as Carroll County Medical Director Stephanie Kemp. These personnel, as well as personnel from Medic 149, Medic 18, Utility 14, Engines 141 and 142, worked to perform many life-saving measures and stabilize these 2 critically injured patients so they could be transferred to Maryland State Police Troopers 1 and 3 and delivered to the University of Maryland Shock Trauma Center. Unfortunately, the patient that was treated in Medic 18 passed away in the operating room at shock trauma. Additional units were on scene and assisted with patient care to the other two patients with non-life-threatening injuries, fluid control, and establishing a landing zone for both helicopters. Here today, supporting this group of first responders, is Heather Green. Heather, if you'd please stand. Heather lost her mother, father, aunt, and son in that accident. And also Philip Cerisa, a survivor of the vehicle. So not only are we acknowledging these amazing first responders, but acknowledging these family members who had a very, very horrendous and difficult day. Thank you to everyone. Our Distinguished Achievement Award. The Chamber is happy to present Sergeant Alan Ecker of the Westminster Police Department with this year's Distinguished Achievement Award. Sergeant Ecker demonstrated leadership through multiple initiatives and accomplishments during 2023. Sergeant Ecker identified opportunities for improvement and provided the department with solutions. He developed a problem-oriented policing form and a 48-hour parking violation form. Additionally, Sergeant Ecker facilitates scenario-based policy review discussions for patrol officers. Sergeant Ecker also assisted with several expedited police applicant hiring events. He completed both the standardized field sobriety test instructor school and the crash reconstruction level 1 training. In addition, Sergeant Ecker was instrumental in the successful resolution of several significant Patrol Bureau calls for service, which included investigation of a large-scale commercial theft at Alta Beauty, the search and subsequent location of a suicidal person who was successfully provided with help at Carroll Hospital Center, and the successful resolution of a call involving a person with access to firearms who was suffering from a mental health crisis involving suicidal and homicidal thoughts. It is for these and numerous other reasons that we present the Distinguished Achievement Award to Sergeant Alan Ecker. Congratulations. The Carroll County Chamber of Commerce is pleased to present the Carroll County Office of Public Safety Distinguished Achievement Award to the following people. Please come to the stage when your name is called. Supervisors Adam Harris and Charles Green, Jr. Emergency Communications Specialist Kim Jones, Catherine Flynn, Matthew Molyneux, Christopher Staley, Bridget Weissor, Carl Luxick, Michael Crouch, Kelby Walter, Mackenzie Semino, Demetrian Myers, Christopher Bauman, Catherine Rose, Christopher Link, Manager Jack Brown, Assistant Managers Ashley Bergen and Amanda Poore, all from the Carroll County 911 Center. And please direct your attention to the video screen.
Late in the afternoon of August 7th, 2023, Carroll County was struck by severe weather that produced brutal straight-line winds in excess of 80 miles per hour, along with very heavy rain and intense lightning. This storm system caused widespread damage across the county, especially to trees and power lines, closed roadways, and cut off electrical power to a large percentage of Carroll County residents. Many people were left without electricity, and multiple roadways remained blocked for several days after the storm. Most significantly, 21 electric transmission poles along a mile-long stretch of Route 140 in Westminster were broken off by the excessive winds and landed on multiple vehicles in the eastbound lanes. 30 adults and 14 children were trapped in their vehicles for up to 6 hours until electricity could be shut off and the situation made safe for them to exit. As might be imagined, Carroll County's 911 center experienced a substantial increase in overall call volume as the storm passed throughout the county. The initial 911 calls started coming in at 3:45 p.m., and over the course of a single hour at the onset of the storm, more than 400 calls for service were received and processed by 911 center staff. A total of 22 emergency communications staff members responded to conduct operations at both the primary and alternate 911 centers. Motorists stuck in the wreckage of poles and wires on Route 140 contacted 911 and were provided with instructions to help them stay safe. Additional callers reported flooded roadways, trees on houses and vehicles, building collapses, and substantial numbers of trees, poles, and wires down on other county roadways. The influx of incoming calls, along with the high amount of radio traffic associated with the response of fire, EMS, law enforcement, and governmental agencies, caused an enormous strain on emergency communications staff and challenged the capabilities of the call center. However, previous training and preparedness efforts allowed staff to rise above the occasion to handle this extreme event in a capable and professional manner. This was certainly an all-hands response, but exceptional service continued to be provided even under intense conditions. This situation is an excellent example of how our dedicated 911 professionals provide high-quality customer service to the citizens and emergency responders of Carroll County. They exhibited exceptional teamwork and perseverance in maintaining continuity of service under adverse conditions and helped to ensure that fire, EMS, law enforcement, and governmental agency resources were allocated to where they were needed to respond to a truly historic event that affected our entire community.
Another chapter in my book is I had the privilege of working at the 911 center for many years. I can tell you firsthand what these folks deal with each and every day. Congratulations to all of you for that unbelievable day and the way that you handled it, and for everything that you do each and every day as the first responders. Thank you. The Chamber's Law Enforcement Officer of the Year Award is presented to Master Trooper John Fair of the Maryland State Police. Master Trooper John Michael Fair from the Westminster Barrack is Law Enforcement Officer of the Year for 2023. This nomination is due to his high standards of professional policing, his quality of work, and other accomplishments he has achieved throughout the entire year. Fair has remained at the Westminster Barracks since his initial assignment from the Maryland State Police Academy. Master Trooper Fair remains one of the most tenured road troopers assigned to the Westminster Barrack. During Master Trooper Fair's tenure with the Maryland State Police, he has received multiple service awards for his hard work and dedication. These awards include 2 previous Trooper of the Year awards, 3 Commander awards, 1 Baltimore City Riot Campaign ribbon, 10 Driving Under the Influence awards, 1 Driving Under the Influence Certificate of Merit, 9 Smooth Operator awards, 3 Catherine's Cause awards, and 1 Carroll Community College Policing Appreciation Award. Master Trooper Fair is always willing to assist any and all Maryland State Police personnel, as well as those from allied agencies with various calls for service. His fellow group mates and troopers with less tenure regularly look to him for guidance and leadership. Master Trooper Fair is very motivated. He always arrives early for his tour of duty and completes his assignments without complaint, setting a great example for the rest of the barrack personnel. He is willing to stay late and or come on duty early to assist other work groups at the barrack with manpower issues. Master Trooper Fair holds himself, as well as his fellow troopers, accountable and regularly pushes and challenges them to do their best. Master Trooper Fair remains a force to be reckoned with. Due to Master Trooper Fair's accomplishments, as well as his work habits and constant enforcement efforts during the year of 2023, we congratulate him with the Law Enforcement Officer of the Year Award. The Chamber's Volunteer Fire and EMS of the Year Award is presented to Sergeant Michael Green, Carroll County Department of Fire and EMS, and the Gamber and Community Fire Company. Sergeant Green has been and continues to be a pillar of the fire company in various ways, including mentoring younger members, responding to calls, and assisting the response operation in many miscellaneous ways. Sergeant Green has worked with many of our newer members, helping them develop their skills on the fire ground and around the firehouse. Whether it's someone learning to pull lines, throw ladders, or identify pieces of equipment on our apparatus, Sergeant Green has been a constant presence to our new members. Additionally, Sergeant Green is also a constant present in our responses. In calendar year 2023, he rode on 122 calls. This could be driving the engine, being the officer, or simply being the senior firefighter in the back. If Gamber is alerted for a call, it is likely he'll be there. Lastly, Sergeant Green helps ensure our apparatus is response ready, making repairs or maintaining small hand tools, fixing a mechanical issue with an engine, or simply ensuring the apparatus gets cleaned after a response. Sergeant Green works with our operational leadership to handle all things both minor and major. He consistently gets the job done. Sergeant Green has been an integral part of our volunteer fire and EMS team for 24 years. He joined the company in 1999 and has been a presence ever since. He continues to offer his time and commitment, even with his commitments at home to his 2 children and his full-time employment. The Gamber and Community Fire Company is proud to nominate Sergeant Michael Green for this award, and the Chamber is proud to present it to him. Congratulations, Sergeant Michael Green. The Chamber's Career Fire and EMS Award is presented to Shift Commander Lieutenant Guy Gerhardt, Carroll County Department of Fire and EMS. Lieutenant Gerhardt currently serves as a shift commander with the Carroll County Department of Fire and EMS. Guy began in the fire and EMS service 24 years ago when he became a volunteer firefighter paramedic in Carroll County. He is currently an active member of the Pleasant Valley Fire Company, where he serves as the assistant fire chief when not on duty with the career department. Guy is one of the original employees of Carroll County Fire and EMS and began as a station lieutenant assigned to Westminster, where he had worked for 17 years as a corporation employee prior to the county department. Guy was promoted to shift commander in August 2023 and serves as the officer in charge of the entire department when on duty with his shift. This places him in a supervisory role overseeing all employees and responding to all major incidents. He is also responsible for all aspects of employee staffing, supervision, and addressing a multitude of issues from hospital interface to accident investigation to serving as a role model and mentor to his employees and the volunteer personnel. Guy is a nationally certified and state licensed paramedic and preceptor and holds National Fire Officer and Instructor credentials. As a 5th-generation Carroll County resident, Guy brings with him expert knowledge of the county and its people, and he is well known and respected within the public safety community. Guy is married to Sarah and has a 4-year-old son, Ridgely. His work ethic is uncompromised, and he frequently handles work-related issues, and as a member of the county peer support and critical incident stress management team. He provides support to responders following critical incidents that can be overwhelming. He is highly regarded and respected by his counterparts and employees and plays an active role in the recruitment and retention of fire and EMS personnel. Lieutenant Gerhardt exemplifies the caliber of personnel that serve Carroll County as members of the Department of Fire and EMS. In recognition of his commitment, dedication, and pursuit of excellence, Guy is recognized as the Career Fire EMS Person of the Year for 2023. And on a personal note, I can say that I've watched this young man grow up here at Pleasant Valley, and you won't find a better representative of the fire service. Guy, congratulations. The Chamber's Law Enforcement Supervisor of the Year Award is presented to Sergeant Tim DeLospedale of the Westminster Police Department. Sergeant Tim DeLospedale is a Patrol Bureau Supervisor currently assigned to Night Shift Patrol Squad D. His patrol squad does not have a lieutenant assigned to it. This means that he often serves as the shift watch commander with ultimate oversight during the night shift. Sergeant DeLospedale is the primary supervisor on the shift and is responsible for normal supervisor duties such as paperwork review, scheduling, operational supervision, and other administrative tasks. In addition to what this function entails, he accomplished the following productivity during 2023. Responded to 865 calls for service, investigated 18 reportable incidents, and conducted 14 follow-up contacts, conducted 45 foot patrols. Finally, on May 13th, 2023, he responded to Carroll Hospital Center along with other Westminster Police and Carroll County Sheriff Office units in response to an individual who arrived at the ED, the emergency department, with a loaded shotgun pointed at his head. He collaborated with the other units who were on scene to successfully de-escalate and to then disarm this individual with minimal injuries. During this incident, he was able to remain calm. He assisted with coordinating responsibilities once the suspect was taken into custody. He appropriately secured the individual's shotgun and one of the police officer's firearms. Please join us in congratulating the Chamber's Law Enforcement Supervisor of the Year, Sergeant DeLospedale. The Chamber's Fire and EMS Supervisor of the Year award is presented to Lieutenant Michael C. Hess of the Carroll County Department of Fire and EMS. Lieutenant Hess is someone who would give you the shirt off his back, figuratively and literally. There have been many times Lieutenant Hess has given up his own extra shirt, job shirt, or extra pair of pants to someone who may have gotten dirty on a call and needed a spare while it was washing or drying. Lieutenant Hess deeply cares about the welfare of his people. He frequently takes lift assist calls to try and help reduce the workload of his EMS crews, something greatly appreciated at a busy station. If we weren't answering our radio fast enough, our phone is ringing, and it is Lieutenant Hess making sure we are okay. He never complains when we call for manpower and is always happy to lend a hand. Lieutenant Hess is also selfless. He never eats dinner before the crews on the ambulance have a chance to eat. Lieutenant Hess is one of the original officers hired by the Carroll County Department of Fire and EMS. He brings to the table decades of experience and holds multiple state and national credentials as a fire officer. He epitomizes company-level leadership and inspires his personnel towards excellence. Lieutenant Hess is knowledgeable, experienced, and provides a sense of calm in the face of critical incidents. He portrays all of the attributes that one would expect from an officer. Lieutenant Hess is highly deserving of Supervisor of the Year. Our shift works so well together because of his leadership. Lieutenant Hess holds a high level of respect on his shift as an ideal candidate for this award. Congratulations, Lieutenant Hess. The Bronze Medal of Outstanding Performance Award, Law Enforcement, is presented today to Lieutenant Rebecca Bosley and First Sergeant Vincent Smith of the Maryland State Police. On the evening of August 7th, 2023 at around 5 p.m., parts of Carroll were ravaged by an EF1 tornado, as you heard earlier. Maryland Route 140 in both directions between Gorsuch and Market were closed due to the powerful storm, resulting in numerous power lines destroyed, falling across the roadway and trapping motorists in their vehicles. That's putting it lightly, folks. Numerous poles. The whole thing was shut down. First responders from the Maryland State Police, Westminster Barrack, Carroll County Sheriff's Department, Westminster City Department, Reese and Westminster Fire Departments, along with State Highway, quickly arrived on the scene with personnel from BGE. The command staff from the Maryland State Police Westminster Barrack, consisting of Lieutenant Bosley and First Sergeant Smith, were notified. Lieutenant Bosley responded to the Westminster Barrack to set up a unified command center, while First Sergeant Smith responded to the scene. First Sergeant Smith, recognizing the severity of the evolving situation, loaded his police car with tree removal equipment. First Sergeant Smith was headed to the reported disaster on Route 140 when he came across a large tree lying across power lines down at Route 30 near Michelle Road in Manchester. Facing high winds and potential live power lines, First Sergeant Smith could see traffic was stopped in both directions. The road was impassable. Knowing panicked people were trying to get home to their families, he, without hesitation for his own personal safety, took action by systematically cutting the large tree to open the roadway. After several tense minutes working around the power line, he was able to get the tree cut away and removed from the roadway, allowing traffic to pass freely. Lieutenant Bosley and First Sergeant Smith maintained communications as the situation evolved. For the next 36 hours, they did not return home. They maintained their respective command presence, ensuring all facets of the situation were coordinated and executed without delay. While on scene, First Sergeant Smith coordinated the vast resources and first responder personnel to help free the trapped motorists in their vehicles under the fallen power lines. After all motorists were evacuated, he identified and set up a vehicle recovery location nearby for the vehicles to be placed once removed from under the power lines. First Sergeant Smith communicated clear instructions to the motorists regarding their vehicles left behind, where these vehicles would be placed, obtaining a point of contact for prompt notification and leaving the keys with the vehicles. On August 14th, BGE crews successfully completed the work necessary to fully restore power in the area and reopen all travel lanes of Maryland Route 140. Never in a million years did the first responders in Carroll County think that they were going to be up against an incident of this magnitude. The Chamber is proud to present the Law Enforcement Bronze Medal of Outstanding Performance to Lieutenant Rebecca Bosley and First Sergeant Vincent Smith of the Maryland State Police. Congratulations. The Bronze Medal of Outstanding Performance, Fire and EMS, the Silver Medal of Outstanding Performance of Fire and EMS, and the Gold Medal of Valor of Fire and EMS. The following video details an incident that resulted in Chamber awards to the Fire and EMS for these 3 awards. Please turn your attention to the screen.
On Thursday, April 27th, 2023, at 17:57 hours, the Lineborough Volunteer Fire Company and other surrounding companies were alerted for a reported house fire on View Ridge Circle. While responding, units were advised by the Carroll County Emergency Communications Center of reports of people trapped inside of the structure. Manchester Volunteer Fire Company Engine 43 arrived to find a single-family split-foyer residence with smoke showing from the roof. The Engine 43 officer, firefighter Andrew Epley, and crew members, firefighter Caitlin Mano and firefighter Carrie Haynes, quickly advanced into the residence to search for the trapped subjects and control the fire. Westminster Volunteer Fire Department Assistant Chief Marcus Price arrived as the acting area battalion chief and established a stationary incident command. Firefighter Epley was able to locate one subject and quickly remove them from the structure. Engine 43 driver Kenneth Crosswhite provided initial patient care until the arrival of EMS units. Engine 71 arrived shortly after. Captain Vincent Sarasitis and firefighter Nathan Langford went straight into action, assisting with search and rescue efforts. Engine 71 driver Scott Hale, Tanker 7 driver Robert Sterner, and Engine Tanker 44 crew driver Jeremy Cackle and driver Hurl Lee Wright ensured a proper water supply was established for the crews operating. Medic 7-9 arrived on scene, and their crew, paramedic Jennifer Nielsen and EMS Lieutenant Linus Sarasitis, took over patient care of the subject already removed from the structure. Crews from both Lineborough and Manchester continued their efforts inside the structure, working together, searching for the additional subject and attacking the fire. The second subject was located, and Captain Vince Sarasitis, firefighter Nathan Langford, and firefighter Epley successfully removed them from the structure. They were met by members from the Hampstead Volunteer Fire Company who assisted with moving the patient to the front yard where care was initially initiated by those same crew members performing the extrication. Additional EMS personnel from Pleasant Hill Volunteer Fire Company in Pennsylvania and Hanover Fire and Rescue arrived on the scene shortly after and took over patient care. With both patients removed, the structure, and in the care of EMS, additional units arrived on scene and were able to completely extinguish the fire and ensure that there were no additional threats to life safety. Incident Commander Chief Price assured all needed resources were requested and given the right assignments in order to produce the best outcome of the incident. Multiple other surrounding departments assisted with fire control and overhaul operations during the remainder of the operation. While all of these actions were being conducted, the 2 patients were moved to transport units. EMS personnel effectively stabilized both patients and transported them to the landing zone at the Upper Cove Volunteer Fire Company, where they met the Maryland State Police Aviation Command. The care was transitioned to the flight crews who transported the patients to the Johns Hopkins Bayview Burn Center for further treatment. The personnel mentioned above, as well as many others, worked together in a coordinated effort in order to effectively mitigate this high-speed and high-risk incident. All units on the scene worked cohesively as a team to perform their assigned tasks flawlessly and without haste. There were no injuries to fire service personnel, and both patients received further care and rehab at the Bayview Burn Center. The successful outcome of this incident is due in part to the substantial number of hours of training and dedication the members of these departments devote to protect and serve their communities. These personnel, which included both volunteers and career employees, showed their true dedication, passion for the job, and willingness to put their lives on the line in order to help others in a time of need. There is no doubt that lives were saved on that day due to their actions.
Would the following folks please come forward receiving the Bronze Medal of Outstanding Performance for Fire and EMS? Firefighter Kenneth Crosswhite from Manchester. Assistant Chief Marcus Price from Westminster. Paramedic Jennifer Nilsson, Blyndeborough. Lieutenant Lennis Sarasitis, Blyndeborough. Receiving the Silver Medal of Outstanding Performance for Fire and EMS. Firefighter Caitlin Mano and firefighter Carrie Haynes, both of Manchester Engine 4-3. And receiving the Gold Medal of Valor for Fire and EMS, Captain Vincent Sarasitis, Blyndeborough, Engine 7-1, firefighter Nathan Langford, Blyndeborough, Engine 7-1, and firefighter Andrew Epley, Manchester, Engine 4-3. Again, another unbelievable incident in Carroll. Congratulations to all of these recipients. This next award, unfortunately, the recipient is not here today, but you've got to hear the story. This is the Civilian Gold Medal of Bravery. And the Chamber's Civilian Gold Medal of Bravery is proudly presented to Danielle Martin, Carroll Hospital, Lifebridge Health Center, an employee of 2.5 years who happened to show incredible bravery and nerve in the face of unimaginable danger. At approximately 8 p.m. on May 13th, 2023, a male subject drove to Carroll Hospital in a behavioral health crisis. The subject parked his vehicle, and exited with a pump-action shotgun in his hands. He proceeded to enter the emergency department and placed the muzzle of the gun to his chin-mouth area. When he approached the greeter desk, there were 2 other patients in the process of getting registered for treatment. The security officer in the emergency department noticed the subject and engaged him in conversation while simultaneously communicating with security officers of the situation. The emergency department greeter, Danielle Martin, continued to register the patients while security attempted to engage the subject through dialogue. Danielle also engaged with the patient in a crisis in a calm and confident way to attempt to de-escalate the situation. The situation was handled in such a way that hospital security and law enforcement were able to safely, with minor injuries to 2 deputies, take the subject into custody and provide the necessary care to the subject. When I heard this story personally, it was told to me that Danielle asked for his ID, he gave it to her. Asked for his arm to put the identification bracelet that a lot of us that have been to the hospital know we get on, put his arm out. What an amazing, under calm presence Danielle performed that day. We thank her for that, which led to the de-escalation of what could have been disastrous. We are all going to make sure, and again, as I said, we were unable to get Danielle here today, but we are going to make sure that we present this award to her in the most respectful way that we can, and we thank her for her outstanding bravery as a citizen. Thank you, Danielle. Finally, this morning, the Gold Medal of Valor Award for Law Enforcement. It is with great pride and admiration that we present this year's Law Enforcement Gold Medal of Valor Award to 5 brave police officers from the Carroll County Sheriff's Office and the Westminster Police Department. These officers demonstrated exceptional courage and selflessness during the incident that you just heard about. We just heard what Danielle did as a hospital employee and what she was able to do in this incident. And now it's time to honor and thank our officers who were instrumental in de-escalating this matter. Before we watch this video describing their heroic actions, we would like to take a moment to invite these following 5 officers to the stage, please. From the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, Deputy First Class Tyler Siderek and Deputy Nicholas Rhodes. From the Westminster Police Department, Private First Class Kevin Chonacki, Private First Class Isaac Stifler, and Sergeant Tim DeLospedale.
On May 13, 2023, Carroll County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to a New Windsor address to investigate a possibly suicidal subject that left the residence carrying a shotgun. Deputies were actively looking for the individual when the Carroll County Emergency Communications Center dispatched an emergency call to respond to Carroll County Hospital Center for a subject with a shotgun. Deputies and officers from the Westminster Police Department responded to the hospital. Master Deputy Nicholas Rhodes, Deputy First Class Tyler Siderek, as well as Westminster police officers arrived at the emergency room waiting area and worked to de-escalate the situation. The waiting area was initially occupied by multiple patients and hospital staff during this incident. Employees and patients were eventually relocated to a safe area. The individual suddenly attempted to force his way through a locked door leading from the waiting room into the hospital patient treatment area. Master Deputy Rhodes discharged his taser to stop him. Unfortunately, the taser was not effective and a scuffle ensued. The subject was separated from the shotgun but continued to fight with deputies and officers on the scene until Deputy First Class Siderek discharged his taser, successfully incapacitating the subject.
At the onset of this incident, PFC Shinaki engaged this individual in a calm manner in an attempt to de-escalate the situation. PFC Shinaki's verbal skills provided valuable time for officers to effectively respond to this potentially deadly situation. PFC Shinaki and PFC Stifler assisted deputies with wrestling this individual to the ground while he was successfully disarmed. Sergeant DeLospedale assisted with securing his shotgun and other weapons during the struggle. The individual struck several deputies and officers, causing some injuries. However, due to the deputies' and officers' actions and teamwork, he was ultimately subdued without injury to any of the patients or hospital staff. The incident could have quickly escalated to a lethal encounter had it not been for the verbal de-escalation skills, quick thinking, and brave action of these deputies and officers. They demonstrated courage and restraint while dealing with an armed person who was suffering from a mental health crisis.
Deputy First Class Tyler Soteric, Master Deputy Nicholas Rhodes, Private First Class Kevin Chonacki, Private First Class Isaac Stifler, and Sergeant Tim DeLospedale. Well done. Congratulations. So you've reached the end of listening to me. Yeah, I know that goes for a round of applause. Thank you. I thought there'd be more scattered applause on that comment. Listen, these incidents, these stories that we heard today are only a few of the things that go on each and every day in Carroll County. As I stated before, you got to remember to thank everybody that puts on these uniforms every single day, because all of these incidents that occur, not just the ones that you heard about today, but those that occur each and every day, are outstanding. Thank you to the men and women who put on the uniform every day. It makes Carroll County what it is, and we thank each and every one of you. To Mike and the rest, thank you all very much, and I'll call Mike to come up for some closing comments.
Thank you, Steve. And these flowers are not for you, but I would like to ask Becky Seek to come up to the stage. We want to really thank her. I got a chance to watch all the work she put into this event, and this event would not have happened without all of her work. So come on up, Becky. Thank you for all you do at the Chamber, and especially for this event. Wonderful. Don't forget, if any of you have certificates that you're supposed to grab now's the time to do it in a second. But before I get into any more announcements, I'd like to bring up Father Mark for our benediction. And then after that, I'll make a couple last little thank yous, but not much. Come on up.
And let us bow our heads and pray. Lord God, we have been told that there is no greater love than this, than to lay down one's life for one's friends. We thank you for all those who have received awards this morning, as we honor their bravery, their courage, in serving their fellow brothers and sisters here in Carroll County. We pray that we might continue to serve with distinction and love for neighbor. We pray for all of our first responders, as they sacrifice so much in service of our local community. We pray that you might watch over them, protect them, and help us to grow closer together each and every day. We thank you for this time spent, and we ask your blessing upon us all. And we ask this in your name. Amen.
Thank you. And really, I just wanted to say thanks again for all of you who serve, and for all of you who helped to put this event together. For everybody who gave some money to sponsor this event, so appreciated. And just thank you all for being here. We'll see you again here next year. And that's all. The meeting's adjourned. Oh, I'm sorry, Becky. Oh, yeah, one last thing I forgot. If you have a sticker on the back of your program, the actual flowers in the middle in the bucket with the flags is yours. So if you've got a sticker, or if somebody has a sticker who's smaller than you and you can fight it away from them, we don't want any left over, okay? Take them. Thanks again.